the Unity and Rebuilding Fund.
Brothers and sisters, are you tired of reading the Holy Scripture and not really understanding what you read? And if you're reasonably sure, have you ever tested that what you feel you know with someone that has a different view than your own? Then let's talk with one another.
Conference recording started. Conference recording started.
The recording has started. Every Wednesday at 9 p.m., Friday at 9 p.m., and Sunday at 12 noon. On WHPR TV Detroit Live, 88.1 FM WHPR, and Comcast Cable. Why don't you call and discuss the Holy Bible, and if you have one, the Holy Quran, and come to an agreement about the Holy Scriptures and their true meaning? You can call in live on the air at area code 313-868-4336, 313-868-0342, or 313-868-0351. That's 313-868-4336, 313-868-0342, or 313-868-0351. And now, let's go live with a scriptural discussion with the Son of Man.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, the Truthful, and the Most Just, I greet you all once again who are hungry and thirsty for Allah's righteousness, which is His understanding of the revealed Scriptures. I greet you all with the greeting words of peace. May Allah's salam alaikum. Before I go into any subject matter this evening, I want to give those who have disagreement with us on anything that we have taught. I want to afford you this opportunity now to come in and discuss it with me. We are in new forums now also, and I don't want anyone to think that we are bigoted or whatnot. We believe that if you want people to listen to you, do what you or me, you and I call teaching. You cannot teach a student if you refuse to let the student talk back to you and ask questions. Especially when you're teaching a student on subject matter that student thinks that they already have the understanding of. Then naturally you should expect, if you're bringing up knowledge that contradicts what the first teacher that student sat under taught him.
Yes, I come with all respect in the world unto you tonight. So will you accept me?
See, now, until you learn how to
hold up.
You learn how to come into my forum, respect. I'm going to
everything that you desire, everything that you want, I shall respect. Shall you respect me this time?
No. Until you learn how to come into this forum.
Deny the truth that I bring.
What's wrong, brother?
Because the truth that I bring denies the truth that you bring. That's why you won't accept.
Now, until you learn how to come into our broadcast, I'm not going to talk to you. See, the reason you do that is because you know it annoys me. And likewise, you do it because you want to give the appearance that I don't have any kind of rebuttal for you. But everybody who knows me knows that I don't run from people who disagree with me. I welcome them. Your problem is you don't really have any facts to bolster your position, so you want to try to win another way. You want to try to deceive people into thinking that you really got something when you really have nothing. Because if you had anything, you would be happy to abide by the rules of engagement in here. But it's just like me when I went to Geno Jennings and when I talked to Royal and all of them, they laid the rules out. And I didn't try to bowl over the rules that they had. I abided by their rules with Mr. Neubauer too. And whoever invite me into their forum, I want to be heard. And if all I got to do is follow a few rules that they set up in order to get my point heard, I'm willing to do that. But not you, because you know you have no point. That's why you always come in clowning. And I could have blocked you. I didn't have to let you even come in here. But I decided that, I hate to see anybody lost. I mean, if I could let white people, after all that they've done to us, if I could let them talk to me and whatnot, I certainly can put up with a misguided Negro. Because it ain't all your fault. So, but so it's just you just go too far sometimes. You just. Anyway, I can get past all of that. So now, when you want to come in here and talk to me, all you have to do is show some respect. Just excuse me, son of man. I'd like to talk with you. That's simple. But no, you got to come in here. You don't even know how to say excuse me when you hear a person talking. You just start talking. That's because you don't have any respect for somebody who look like you. See, and that tells me you don't have respect for yourself, because that makes you look like a fool. And if you respected yourself, you wouldn't want to look like a fool in the eyes of people that you're trying to talk to. You see? So now, you just answered my question. I was thinking to myself, now maybe I'd try him again. Maybe he done learned his lesson. But no sooner than I say let him back in, what happened? Did he learn anything? No. You see, his problem is me. It ain't got nothing to do with what I'm teaching. It has to do with who's standing up teaching it. Do you understand? He wish it was him. That's why he's the first one in class almost. Every time I come on, he's the first one in there. To do what? To steal a hearing and to try to take people's attention away from the teacher. So he still hasn't learned, so put him out again. All right. Yes, and lock the room. Don't let him back in there.
The conference has been locked.
Okay, that's 717, ain't it? Yeah, okay. All right, now, see, the reason he don't come in the other ones is because he can't do that. He'll have to, you know what room to find him in if he's talking without us recognizing him. He had to be in that other room. So, the free conference room is the one I kept because of people who may not have been keeping up with everything all of the time. So, but now you know why I went on and got got some of those conference rooms that we have total control over. You see, you can't just unmute yourself in the 601 conference room. You have to raise your hand, and then we will unmute you. And but in the other one, you can just unmute yourself and start talking. But he don't know how to enter into a conversation. You know, generally, if you hear people talking, two people having a conversation or one person speaking, the first thing out of your mouth is, excuse me. Do you understand? You know, you don't just start talking. You know, my mother and them taught me that from the time I was a child. If they were standing up there talking and I walked up and started saying, so I got busted in the mouth. You hear grown people talking, don't you be interrupted. And you say, excuse me. She didn't have to bust me in my mouth but once. Do you understand? So, you know, she give you a little rap across the mouth and then an admonishment. You don't come up and just cut into people's conversation. You say, excuse me. So, I guess his mama didn't think like that, or he didn't pay her no attention. You see. But anyway, you know, those are lessons that you generally get from your mother. You know, if your daddy got to give them to you, he married the wrong woman. Because he's supposed to be out somewhere working, not sitting up at home with babies. Do you understand? So, you know, my mother did all of the etiquette teaching. My daddy backed her up. If she said Marvin need a whooping, he just said, get yourself in there. And he didn't ask me, did I do it? He put something all by behind. And later on, he might have got with her, because I never heard him talking it over. But if she said Marvin need a whooping, Marvin was finna get a whooping. Wasn't no question. He backed my mother up, you know. And in this day and time, children play their parents against each other. They just that stupid. But anyway, is we having a problem? Yeah, okay. Now, to get back to the civilized audience, you know, when you was in school, you remember you always had a class clown. I don't care what class what grade level you was in. There always was somebody in the class that was always the clown. You know, I mean that's, if you got through class without that, you was lucky. But for most of us, they always had somebody who could make people laugh, or would always get on the teacher's nerves, and the teacher had to send them to study hall. Do you understand? And so, I was never that person, though. You know, I was all boy, but I wasn't that kind of boy. You know, I didn't disrespect adults. Plus, I respected my parents, and I respected all grown people. But you got people who weren't raised like that. You just saw an example of that. And that's why, you know, some people, you know, I remember when the messenger was talking about how the white man, he'd tell people, he warned them against us, that said that we are crazy people, and if they let us in their society, we will ruin it. He said, well, he wasn't far from the truth there. He said, but he made you crazy. He made you like that. And that's the truth. See, what you saw there was like that movie Django, when the white man had the two boys fighting each other. You remember that? And when he wasn't able to fight no more, he set the dogs loose on him and let the dogs eat him up. Do you understand? You know, a man like him, if you ask him, hey man, if you could overcome the Son of Man, in his class and get people to stop listening to him, what would that accomplish for you? What do you hope to accomplish from that? He don't know. He ain't got nothing to accomplish. He don't have anything to guide you to. Otherwise, that's what he'd be doing, and he'd come in here and tell us about what he's doing. Well, he ain't doing nothing. But he wants you to stop following a man who is doing something. You understand? He's just that foolish. So you have to learn to avoid those type of people. The world have a saying, and you would do well to remember it. And it says, he who knows not and thinks he knows and knows not that he knows not is a fool. Shun him. Now, let me explain to you, just in case you miss what that's saying, because it's said in a